Hey everybody, Nick Espinoza, your chief security fanatic here, and today I'm going to tell you why Twitter is going to die. May not be tomorrow, but it is going to die. And I've always liked to say that Twitter is basically where civility goes to die. Now I think the platform is going to be dead as well. Now, it's obviously one part Elon Musk that I'm going to be talking about, but it's other parts that we'll also talk about as well. They're kind of intertwined based on his decisions, but we are going to start with Musk because I think this is an important one. So, he bought Twitter for $44 billion. Everybody knows that. But there were some interesting things going on with this sale, both before and after. Now, prior to the sale, if you recall, it almost ended up in court. Musk's chief complaint here was that Twitter was not really being transparent with how many bots were on the platform. Bots, among other things, obviously are those ones that are generating all this disinformation and that we, basically the Twitter users, are digesting on a regular site. I know I've got a lot of followers on Twitter as well. This could, though, or I should say, this was actually good news at the time. So if we could really get a peek into just how many bots there were versus humans and basically what they're doing, whatever they're doing, we could basically really understand how the site performs for real users, especially when comparing them to bot traffic and the algorithms, obviously, that promote or demote content in general. Meaning, we could see the bot traffic, we could understand how viral it's going versus, let's say, more prominent figures on Twitter and everybody else, from the person with 2 followers up to 5,000 and on, etc., etc. This is what we're talking about. Now that he owns it, though, it's honestly in his best interest to not tell us anything about that, and here's why. Now that he owns that, investors are obviously nervous. Users have been leaving. It has not been a mass exodus, but user counts have been going down. A lot of people with a lot of followers have said, oh my gosh, I've lost X amount. I have 10 million followers. Now I've got 8.5, those kinds of things. I have also lost followers, although I'm not nearly that big on this. And on top of that, Musk wrote an open letter to advertisers, as also known as the people that and the companies that actually generate money for Twitter, saying how he wants to bring balance to social media, have Twitter be this fair and open town hall. And that's well and good. But he's going to turn off a ton of people with this, even though everyone, he pretty much agrees that is a great premise. And here's why this is simply not going to come to fruition. First things first, you cannot have a town hall, meaning rational discourse, if the extremists are the loudest in the room and the algorithms are prioritizing their traffic over everybody else, whether it's extremist bots or extremist humans. If they're the ones that we are being flooded with, civility really has died, as I like to say. Now, the second point that I've got here is that at least here in the United States, we are politically polarized. So if he's expecting healthy and polite debate, like an actual town hall meeting of yore, that's going to be a pipe dream right now. There's no way that's going to happen. Musk also, on top of that, fancies himself a free speech absolutist. Now, nobody thinks that's true. He's really not going to let Twitter turn into like a Gab or something like that, because if he does let Twitter turn into Gab, which is probably the worst social media platform I've ever seen. I had an account for about a week just to check it out, as I have with all social media accounts, to see if this is interesting. And I got things like invited to a Nazi rally in upper state New York. I'm not kidding on that. But if he lets Twitter turn into that, because free speech absolutism, then the calm and rational people are going to leave, and all that is left are those that are looking for some kind of fight. Really, honestly, the extremists will have won. Now, on top of this, Musk has been prone to basically fostering conspiracy theories himself. He has over 100 million followers, and because of that, he will be seen by those wanting rational discourse as an instigator-in-chief. Already we saw that with the recent Paul Pelosi attack. If you didn't hear about that, former speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, her husband was attacked basically by like an extremist breaking into her house and all that. There's conspiracy theories going around. Some people will hear that statement I just said and say I'm a complete idiot because he's whatever you believe. The point is that Musk tweeted out demonstrably false information that was literally corrected by the source, after it is put out there. And these are the things that we are talking about. And that is not the first time he has done it. It's just the most recent example I could think of off the top of my head. Now, on top of this, Musk has also killed their board of directors. The current CEO and CFO are gone, and now he says he's going to be the sole director and also the complaint line, or however he phrased that. Now, what happens though when he gets bored with Twitter and moves on to something else? He's already losing top talent because obviously the board is out, the directors are out. These are prominent and well-known executives and people, but Twitter employees are quitting over what they see as their hard work, basically that they've all done into content moderation being blown away, and letting people that were banned for life, like former President Trump, back onto the platform. And former President Trump is expected to basically be on the platform soon. This is basically, for the record, not a political statement, and I think that everybody can agree that Donald Trump, former president, is a polarizing figure, whether you love him or hate him. You might love him because he hates the liberals. You might be a liberal because he's a conservative and loves the conservatives. Everybody agrees he's a polarizing figure. That is not a political statement. That is simply fact. Now, the final nail in this coffin is the idea that he just floated, like within the last 24 hours or so, of charging a $20 fee to keep that blue checkmark verification on verified accounts. This is like overcharging the people that bring you business. So think about it this way. If for whatever reason, I don't know, Brad Pitt was suddenly using a product that I sold and was telling the world that he absolutely loved it, and a ton of his followers were now my customers, I would be buying Brad Pitt like a freaking Ferrari or something like that. I would not be sending him a damn bill, basically to keep something up. And if those celebrities, those prominent people, whoever they are, leave and move on to, God forbid, TikTok or somewhere else, then Twitter is going to be a ghost town with nothing but extremists yelling at other extremists. And so, yeah, I think Twitter is going to die here. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm happy to make another video saying I'm wrong, but time will tell. Might take a month, might take a year. I don't know what that time frame is going to be, but I think Twitter is going to die, and now you know why. And please like, share, follow me here on Facebook and Twitter, which will soon die at some point, at Nick A ESP, and follow me until I'm dead, and then follow me somewhere else like Facebook or YouTube. As always, stay safe, stay online, and please attempt to stay private. Thanks, everybody.